Nestled at the end of Willow Street, where the shadows clung to the old Victorian houses like a malevolent shroud, stood the ominous Edgewood Manor. Rumors of its dark past echoed through the town, and few dared to venture near its wrought iron gates. The house, abandoned for decades, became a macabre landmark, a testament to the unspeakable horrors that transpired within its walls. The estate passed through generations, each inheritor succumbing to an untimely demise or disappearing without a trace. The townsfolk spoke in hushed tones about a curse that plagued the manor, a malevolent force that seemed to seep from the very foundation of the house. When Emma Thornton, the last surviving heir, received the keys to Edgewood Manor, she dismissed the warnings as mere superstitions. Little did she know that the ominous history of the house would soon become her own. As Emma crossed the threshold of Edgewood Manor, a chill ran down her spine. The air inside the house was thick with a palpable darkness that seemed to cling to the wallpaper like a morbid tapestry. Dust-covered furniture, draped in ghostly sheets, whispered of the countless lives that had once inhabited the mansion. A door at the end of the grand hallway beckoned to her, an entrance to the basement that harbored a secret Emma was fated to discover. The house, like a living entity, seemed to whisper secrets to Emma as she explored its halls. Muffled voices echoed through the empty rooms, and shadows danced along the walls. Unseen footsteps trailed behind her, and doors creaked open of their own accord. Emma, her skepticism waning, began to sense an otherworldly presence that seemed to anticipate her every move. As she approached the basement door, the whispers grew louder, a chorus of spectral voices warning her to turn back. The basement door, swollen with age, resisted Emma's attempts to open it. With a final push, the door creaked open, revealing a staircase that descended into an inky abyss. The encroaching darkness seemed to swallow the feeble light, and the air grew heavy with an oppressive malevolence. Emma hesitated, a primal instinct warning her of the horrors that awaited beneath the floorboards. But an unseen force compelled her forward, and with a trembling breath, she descended into the abyss. The basement, a subterranean labyrinth, unfolded before Emma's eyes. A network of dusty corridors and forgotten chambers stretched beneath the mansion like a hidden city of the damned. The air was stale, and an otherworldly chill seeped through the stone walls. As Emma ventured deeper, she stumbled upon relics of a forgotten era. Decaying furniture, rusted chains, and cryptic symbols etched into the walls. Unseen eyes seemed to watch her every move, and the unsettling feeling of being pursued lingered in the shadows. A malevolent presence, dormant for decades, stirred in the bowels of the basement. Whispers echoed through the corridors, and the temperature dropped to an unnatural cold. Unearthly moans reverberated, and the walls seemed to pulse with an otherworldly energy. Emma, now ensnared in the subterranean maze, felt the malevolent force closing in. Shadows danced in her peripheral vision, and unseen hands brushed against her skin. Panic set in as she realized that the basement was not just a space beneath the floorboards. It was a prison for an ancient evil that hungered for release. Among the forgotten artifacts in the basement, Emma discovered cursed relics that hinted at a dark past. An old journal spoke of forbidden rituals performed in the dead of night, and a tattered tapestry depicted a monstrous entity that seemed to transcend the boundaries of the material world. The relics, each imbued with an otherworldly energy, pulsed with an eerie glow as Emma approached. The malevolent force, sensing the disturbance, intensified its pursuit, leaving Emma with no choice but to uncover the truth that lay hidden in the subterranean depths. At the heart of the labyrinth, Emma stumbled upon a ritual chamber, a place where the ancient curse had been sealed away. Symbols adorned the walls, and a grotesque altar stood at the center, stained with the remnants of unspeakable ceremonies. As Emma pieced together the fragments of the curse's origin, the malevolent force manifested before her. The basement, now a conduit for the ancient evil, seemed to pulse with a supernatural energy that threatened to consume her. In a surge of malevolent power, the ancient curse broke free from its arcane bindings. The ritual chamber became a vortex of darkness, and the monstrous entity materialized, a nightmarish creature with eyes that gleamed with an insatiable hunger. Emma, trapped in the ritual chamber, faced the wrath of the malevolent entity. The air crackled with ethereal energy as the creature closed in, its form ever shifting between the shadows that clung to the basement walls. With every ounce of strength, Emma fought against the malevolent force that sought to claim her. The basement, now a battleground between the mortal and the supernatural, echoed with her desperate cries. Guided by an inner instinct, Emma unearthed a forgotten incantation, a chant that, when uttered, would reveal the malevolent entity and banish it back into the abyss. With trembling words, she recited the incantation as the basement trembled with an otherworldly fury. As the incantation reached its crescendo, the basement erupted with blinding light. The malevolent entity roared in agony as the symbols on the walls glowed with an ethereal power. The ritual chamber became a crucible of supernatural energy, and the monstrous creature, unable to withstand the banishment, dissipated into shadows. The basement, once a realm of darkness, returned to a semblance of normalcy. The subterranean labyrinth, now devoid of the malevolent force, seemed to sigh in relief as the ancient curse was once again sealed away. Emma emerged from the basement, exhausted and shaken. The house, no longer burdened by the malevolent entity, seemed to sigh in relief as the shadows lifted. The air, once thick with an oppressive malevolence, became breathable again. The townsfolk, unaware of the supernatural battle that transpired beneath the floorboards, watched as Emma exited Edgewood Manor. The house, now free from the grip of the ancient curse, stood as a silent witness to the horrors that had been banished to the subterranean depths. As Emma left the haunted house behind, the once dormant eyes of the portraits lining the grand hallway seemed to follow her. The silent watchers, now freed from the malevolent force's influence, bore witness to the courage that had broken the cycle of horror that plagued Edgewood Manor. The house, though forever marked by its dark past, stood as a testament to the resilience of the living against the supernatural. The silent watchers, their gaze lingering on Emma's retreating form, seemed to convey a silent gratitude for the liberation from the ancient curse. As Emma Thornton walked away from the haunted house, the shadows that once clung to Edgewood Manor began to dissipate. The malevolent force, banished to the depths of the basement, retreated into the abyss from which it had emerged. The townsfolk, unaware of the supernatural battle that had transpired, felt a subtle shift in the air. The once haunted house, now free from the curse that had bound it for generations, stood as a testament to the indomitable spirit that could conquer even the darkest of forces. Though the malevolent entity had been banished and the curse broken, the aftermath left behind lingering echoes. Emma, now haunted by the memories of the basement's horrors, found herself unable to escape the shadows that clung to her psyche. As she wandered the town, the once forgotten whispers of Edgewood Manor seemed to follow her. Unseen eyes watched her from darkened alleyways, and the air held a residue of the supernatural malevolence that had once saturated the haunted house. Determined to free herself from the lingering echoes, Emma delved into the town's archives and historical records. There, she unearthed the truth about the cursed history of Edgewood Manor, a tale of forbidden pacts, rituals gone awry, and the malevolent entity that had plagued her family for generations. The records revealed that the malevolent force was the product of an ancient curse placed upon the Thornton bloodline. Emma, now armed with this knowledge, embarked on a quest to discover the origins of the curse and find a way to break its hold on her family once and for all. Emma's research led her to the town's oldest residents, keepers of forgotten lore and guardians of the town's darkest secrets. Through whispered conversations in dimly lit rooms, she learned of a pact made with an otherworldly being centuries ago, a pact that cursed the Thorntons for their insatiable pursuit of power. The malevolent force, born from this unholy alliance, sought to feed on the fear and suffering of the Thornton bloodline, growing stronger with each passing generation. Emma, now burdened with the weight of her family's history, knew she had to confront the eldritch origins of the curse to free herself and future generations from its grasp. Armed with newfound knowledge, Emma embarked on an eldritch quest to break the curse's ancient bonds. Guided by cryptic clues and enigmatic symbols, she journeyed through forgotten crypts, ancient libraries, and abandoned ritual sites, seeking the means to sever the malevolent entity's connection to her bloodline. The town, now a canvas of eldritch mysteries, revealed hidden passages and concealed truths. Emma's quest took her to the very heart of the supernatural forces that had entwined with her family's destiny, each revelation bringing her closer to the source of the malevolent curse. In the heart of an ancient ritual site, Emma discovered a cryptic rite, an incantation that held the key to breaking the curse. Surrounded by standing stones and illuminated by the eerie glow of moonlight, she recited the words passed down through generations. As the incantation unfolded, the air crackled with eldritch energy. Symbols etched into the ritual site glowed with an ethereal light, and the very ground seemed to tremble beneath the weight of centuries-old magic. Emma, resolute in her purpose, felt the curse's grip weaken as the malevolent force recoiled from the eldritch power of the ritual. With each uttered word, the curse's threads began to unravel. Shadows that clung to Emma like a malevolent cloak dissipated, and the town itself seemed to breathe a sigh of relief. The malevolent force, weakened and disoriented, fought against the eldritch power that sought to sever its connection to the Thornton bloodline. Emma, a conduit of ancient magic, felt the curse lifting from her family's history. The very fabric of reality seemed to warp and twist as the eldritch ritual worked its mystic forces on the malevolent entity. As the ritual neared its climax, Emma felt an otherworldly force ascending from the depths of the curse. A spectral figure, ethereal and radiant, materialized before her, a guardian spirit bound to the Thornton bloodline, its purpose to protect against the malevolent force that had plagued the family for centuries. The guardian spirit, an embodiment of ancient magic, confronted the malevolent entity with a celestial authority. The very air shimmered as the forces of light and darkness clashed in a cosmic struggle for dominance. The ritual site became a battleground of celestial proportions. The guardian spirit, its form ablaze with divine light, faced the malevolent entity, a swirling mass of shadows and despair. Ethereal energies clashed, and the very heavens seemed to weep as the celestial battle unfolded. Emma, now a witness to the cosmic struggle, felt the weight of her family's destiny on her shoulders. The outcome of the celestial battle would determine whether the malevolent force would be vanquished once and for all, or if the curse would endure. In a transcendent moment, the celestial battle reached its zenith. The guardian spirit, fueled by the eldritch power of the ritual, unleashed a radiant burst of energy that engulfed the malevolent entity. Shadows writhed and twisted, dissipating into nothingness as the divine light overcame the darkness. The ritual site, once a focal point for malevolence, became a sanctuary of celestial energy. The guardian spirit, its purpose fulfilled, ascended into the heavens, leaving behind a profound sense of peace that resonated through the town. As the eldritch energies settled, Emma felt the weight of the curse lifted from her family's legacy. The malevolent force, now banished, left behind only echoes of its once pervasive influence. The town, no longer ensnared by the shadows of Edgewood Manor, began to heal from the centuries-old wounds inflicted by the curse. Emma, now a steward of the renewed legacy, stood amidst the standing stones, a witness to the cosmic forces that had shaped her family's destiny. The eldritch quest, marked by trials and revelations, had culminated in the breaking of the malevolent curse, allowing the Thornton bloodline to embark on a new chapter free from the shackles of ancient darkness. The town, once haunted by the malevolent force, underwent a transformation. The shadows that had clung to Edgewood Manor faded into distant memories, and the townsfolk, though unaware of the eldritch battles that transpired, felt an unspoken release from the supernatural grip that had lingered for centuries. Edgewood Manor, no longer a malevolent landmark, stood as a testament to the resilience of the living against the forces of the unseen. Emma, having confronted the eldritch origins of the curse, became a guardian of the renewed legacy, a beacon of light in a town that had triumphed over the shadows. As Emma Thornton walked away from the ritual site, the ancient stones seemed to resonate with a silent acknowledgement. The silent guardians, once witnesses to the malevolent curse, stood as sentinels of the town's newfound tranquility. The town, now free from the shadows that had plagued it for centuries, began to flourish. The silent guardians, their watchful gaze lingering on the horizon, bore witness to the rebirth of Edgewood Manor and the vanquishing of the malevolent force that had haunted the Thornton bloodline. In the quiet moments that followed, Emma Thornton found herself reflecting on the eldritch journey that had unfolded beneath the floorboards of Edgewood Manor. The ritual, a tapestry woven with ancient magic, had reshaped the destiny of her family and the very fabric of the town. As she gazed at the silent guardians, Emma felt a sense of gratitude for the eldritch forces that had guided her. The town, now bathed in the light of renewal, stood as a testament to the enduring power of the living against the unseen, and Emma, having emerged from the eldritch reverie, embraced her role as a steward of the renewed legacy.